people, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video because I am ready to make 2023 my year. I'm ready to set my goals. I'm ready to discipline myself in order to achieve everything I feel like I'm capable of in this year. Just telling you in advance, this year is going to be our year. I feel like we should enter every single year feeling like that. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to upgrade, level up, how to make 2023 your best year. This video is helping me as much as it's going to help you guys because it's going to keep me accountable. And I also learned some things as I did some research to learn how to set goals. I have some peppered meat. Cheers. With me here, I have a journal-ish type of thing. And then I have an actual journal that I decided to get for this new year. Last year, I tried journaling a few times, but it was not a habit. I've read so much about the benefits of journaling. So this year, I plan to journal a lot. I'm guessing everyone wants the best out of 2023. And this is literally the best time to act on that motivation you're feeling right now. Some people may say things like, what's the point of making New Year resolutions and goals where you're going to forget it? Or you're not going to abide by it like 3 months down the line. I mean, it's not better to at least try. So the first thing we're going to be doing to level up our 2023 is that we need to reflect on the past before we start moving forward. Okay, we need to talk about 2022. I have some journal prompts. These journal prompts are important because we need to reflect. We need to establish what we did that made things work and the things that we did that did not make things work. Deliberately sit down, think about these things, reflect and write it down in our journal. So let me open up mine. I have 2023 written here. There are 9 questions here. I'm going to read them out. What milestones did I reach this year? What are those things you feel like you achieved? It's a place you weren't at before. It's a milestone. What are you most grateful for this year? What did you discover about yourself this year? This particular question, when I saw the question, I was like, okay, that's something I would like to write on. What period did I grow the most and what did I do during that period? What are some areas I gave excuses in this past year? The biggest challenge I faced this year. What did I like about this year? What did I dislike about this year? And what are some lessons that I learned in 2022? You can pause and get your journal and write with me. Some of the lessons that I learned in 2022. The first lesson is I have no excuse. Either I did it or I didn't. Medicine is for life. Study like it. Me realizing this year that, oh wait, I'm actually going to be a doctor and people's lives are going to be in my hands. Work smarter, not harder. Awareness of my immediate surrounding is a life skill. Do not compartmentalize with God. This one, I haven't like sucked it deep into my veins, but it's something that this coming year, I plan to really focus on. Being alone doesn't have to be sad. That one is cute. Proof that something can be done is the fact that someone else has already done it. This one really struck me. I read this one from a book. I think that's it with the lessons that I want to share. I haven't written most things under this my journal prompts. I only wrote the first page, and that's because I want to sit down, relax, and write them down after this video. So I just wrote the first page and then wrote my lessons so I can share with you guys. About goals. Goal setting is what places you on track. You need to have a goal for you to have direction. The goal setting is kind of tricky. It's something you have to get right in order to have desirable results. When you're setting goals, to an extent, I feel like you shouldn't try to play safe because playing safe is going to make you put in less effort. If what you're thinking is, let me set the bar low so that I don't have to do much in order to achieve this thing, I feel like I've achieved something. I don't think that's really helpful. To an extent, your goals should scare you just a little bit. Nothing too impossible because when you do that, you're just setting yourself up for failure because you're going to come back at the end of the year and start telling yourself things like, oh, I didn't achieve anything because all your goals were too far-fetched. So you should find a balance between a little impossible and a little close to me. Another important thing about goals is that you should write them down. There is no way you're going to remember everything you feel like you want to accomplish this year. You're going to forget it, and once you forget your goals, you don't know what you're doing again. You're just going to start going with the flow. It feels a little more effective when it's on paper because you can always just go back to it, look through it, and see like details of what you said you were going to do. So showing you guys how I set my goals. I set my goals in different compartments. We have financial goals, academic goals, character development goals, social media goals, health and lifestyle goals, and then spiritual goals. You don't just write a goal and suddenly you are running at it at full speed. You need to start small, and that is where breakdown of goals come in. So on the next page, I have a breakdown of my goals, how I intend on achieving my goals. So what I plan to do concerning my goals is basically to set systems systems that's going to help me achieve these goals. Let's say I have a financial goal of I want to save like 100k this year. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to develop a system of saving money, having a saving habit. So I'm going to start small. Even if I start by saving 5k per month and then progress into like 6k, 7k, 8k, and eventually I start saving 10k per month. This thing involves cutting down on a lot of things that you previously used to spend money on, realizing what is essential, what is not essential, having your priorities. Doing that is developing a system for yourself instead of just spontaneously trying to save money. Setting systems for myself is basically trying to develop a new lifestyle instead of just bouncing into something new. It's very helpful to write your goals in the present, like you have already achieved this thing. For example, writing in 2023, I am a straight A student, I am healthy, I read my Bible every single day. Writing things down in this pattern helps a lot because they're already channeling all those traits and features you would have if you actually become like that person you're writing about. Another thing I would say about goals for this year is that I plan to give everything my absolute all. I think it's very easy for people to focus on one goal and you see them the entire year trying to accomplish one thing. This has been me last year. So what I plan to do differently this year is to give everything a decent chance. I'm super excited for the next step because we're going to be making a vision board. This is going to be my first time ever making a vision board. Your vision board should be created to you. It should have the aspects of your life that are trying to change. It should have your goals in sort of like pictorial representation. I'm basically just going to go on Pinterest and download some pictures that reflect what I want my year to look like, and then I'm going to compile those pictures in a collage form. I'm going to make a horizontal form and a vertical form for my tablet and for my phone. I'm going to use the app Canva to make the collage, but I guess you can use any other photo editing app.